Hi, Mrs. Rhodes here, and I'm just going to be showing you in this video how to do the practice set problems that I emailed to your parents. So I sent an email with practice set problems that look like these, and if you want to go ahead and draw them down on paper as I do them in the video, you could even pause and try and get them done before me and see if you can get them right. So the number one problem said to select all of the rectangles. The key word here is all, because that means there might be more than one. So I underline the word all, and then remember what a rectangle is and what it needs. So to be a rectangle, a shape will need 4 sides. So it must have 4 sides, and it must have 4 right angles. Now to be a right angle, remember we used our arms to show right angle, so it needs to be a very clean angle that could fit a box in the corner. We could even draw a right angle on our paper just to remember what it looks like. So that's a right angle. And with our right angles, we could put a box in the corner. Okay, so to be a rectangle, it will need 4 sides and 4 right angles. So let's go ahead and look over these shapes and see which one has both of those attributes. So first shape, A. This one I'm going to check for 4 sides first. So I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it has 5 sides. Because this shape has 5 sides, that's more than 4 sides, so this one can't be correct. So I would not pick A. Look at B. B has 1, 2, 3, 4 sides, so this one works with sides, but now let's check for 4 right angles. So I'm going to check the corners and see if I can put a little box in each corner. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So because I can neatly put a little box in every corner is a right angle. So that means that B is correct. I'm not done checking because I might have more. So go ahead and look at C. C has 1, 2, 3, 4 sides. Great. And checking for right angles. I can't really fit a box in the corner in any of these angles. This is actually an obtuse angle, and the small one is an acute angle, so therefore this is not a rectangle. Last one, D, 1, 2, 3, 4 sides, and then check, can I fit a box in each corner? Oh, it's working, and last one works, so that means that D is a rectangle, so I'd pick that one as well. So as you see, I don't want to stop by just checking one and getting it correct. I need to make sure I got both that were correct. So that would be problem number 1. We got it done. All right, so problem number 2. So I drew problem number 2 on a whiteboard as well. Problem number 2 said to select all the shapes that appear to be parallelograms. Got to remember what a parallelogram is. So let's remind us what parallel lines are. So to be a parallel line, parallel lines are 2 lines going the same direction that will never cross, meaning they'll never intersect. So cross also means they won't intersect. So example, 2 lines here at the bottom, they're going the same direction, they'll never ever cross. It doesn't matter how far I draw those lines out, they'll never cross. Intersecting lines would be lines like this, lines that cross. Okay, so I don't want lines that intersect, I want parallel lines. All right, so let's check all the shapes on this board, and let's see which ones have parallel lines. So it needs to have 2 sets of parallel lines in order to be a parallelogram. So I'm gonna check each shape one at a time. Okay, we'll have to erase that. So looking here at this first shape, I need to look at the top line and the bottom line. They appear to be going the same direction. So I feel like I could draw an arrow on these lines. They're going the same direction and they won't cross. So I'm going to go ahead and check the side lines. I see this one going this way, going down, this one going down. But look, if I kept drawing these lines down and down and down, eventually those 2 lines would intersect. They would cross. So this shape is not a parallelogram. All right, so I'm going to erase those. So this one, not a parallelogram. I'm going to look at the next one here. This one has 2 lines going the same direction that way. I'm going to flip it this way and look at the other 2 lines. These 2 lines, see if they're going the same direction. Well, it sure looks like they're going the same direction and they're the same distance apart and they'll never ever touch. So that means that this shape is a parallelogram. So I could go ahead and select this shape. I might want to use a different color pen. I don't. So I'm just going to leave it like that black, but that means I selected that shape as being correct. Look at this shape right here. Checking to see if it has parallel lines. Well, this line and that line are going the exact same direction, and they won't ever cross. And this line right here and that line right there are going the exact same direction. And even if I draw these lines out, they'll never ever cross. If I do the same for the other two, if I draw these lines out, they're not going to ever cross, no matter how far I go. So that means this shape is a parallelogram. All right, 3 more to check. I'm looking at this one right here. This is a really weird shape. But if I look at the lines that are across from each other, I have to think a little bit carefully, because actually this line and this line are actually the ones across from each other. And they're definitely not going the same direction. If I draw this one out, it's going to go right across. And if I draw this line out right here, it's going to go right across the other lines. So those lines all intersect each other, and it's just totally not a parallelogram. So I could not select that one. Looking at this one right here, I have the bottom and the top lines going the same direction, and I have the side lines which are going the same direction. Again, it doesn't matter if I draw these lines further out. They're not going to ever cross. If I draw those lines straight out, they'll never cross. So I could say this one is a parallelogram. Let me erase those so they don't confuse you. So that one is a parallelogram. I only have one more to check. The last one to check is this one right here. And this one, it looks like the side lines are going the same direction. Just looking at the bottom and the top. That one, and look at that one right there. Now here's the funny part. These lines, even though it's very slight, are tilted towards each other. So it's like they're kind of not going straight, but they're kind of tilted towards each other. So if I continue drawing these lines out, they will actually eventually touch. So if I draw this line and this line out, eventually they'll cross. So this one is not a parallelogram. So actually I only have 1, 2, 3 parallelograms in this problem. All right, so I'm going to make another video for the other 3 problems since that took a while. So that's it for today. Bye.